Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is a sneak peek at next week with just Drew. I don't know what happened to Kyle. He is gone with the wind. Perhaps he fell down a well. I don't know. Not answering my texts. I'm guessing he fell asleep. So that would be my guess. But if it's anything horrible, I'll let you guys know after I punch him in the face. Anyway. We've got some great feedback from you guys this week. It's really kind of a diverse bunch of things that we want to get into. So Jason from Hawaii wanted to check us on an omission from our hot picks, and he was mentioning Batman 32 from Wednesday and how hot that might be. As you may have heard, the answer to his proposal is in there from the previous storyline. So I won't spoil that for what her answer might have been if you haven't read it yet. But yeah, that's one. I think we talked about it kind of vaguely, but it wasn't either one of our picks. Definitely was not. And so yeah, that was definitely a miss because it's going to have some short-term heat. And yeah, pick it and flip it as good as you can. Wolf Orner also wanted to chastise us a bit for no mention of Black Bolt number 6. WTF. Come on, guys. Step your game up. Well, it's something I read. I haven't read it yet. Is there something super hot in there? You can spell that out for me because I don't know what that is. I missed that one. Kenny Vengeance says, I picked up a 3D variant of Fujitsu number 1 from Aftershock. It is sweet. Yeah, that was kind of a cool solicit. I remember that one then. One that was something I was also interested in. I did get the 3D variant, but yeah, that does sound very cool. Michael Lamb says he shared with us the cover for a new X-Men miniseries. That's going to be from Hip Hop Family Tree author Ed Piskor, who I am a huge fan of. And the cover looked great. I'm super stoked. Then he drops this bomb on me. It's a $6 book. Let's hope that's temporary. Still sucks, but let's hope that's temporary in just the first issue, and not every issue is going to be a $6 book, because that's crazy. But I think I'm going to get it anyway because I really like Ed Piskor. I like his art style a lot. And whatever he does with X-Men will be pretty unique. So that's kind of cool. He goes on to say, thank you, Drew, for recommending Dead Inside. I just got the trade, and it was a very riveting story. Hope they revisit these characters in the future. Me too, Michael. That was a fun self-contained story there, and she was really cool. Could see that as a procedural on TV even. So great character and fun story, and the prison, the drama type thing would be kind of cool, and would be a good setting. Oz or Orange is the New Black type of thing. So that'd be kind of cool. He says to clarify, DC's Batman the Shadow just finished up. Now Dynamite gets to publish the Shadow Batman. So that's dumb. But I appreciate the information. A little confusing for us last week on how could there be another Shadow Batman number 1? Well, it's because they just flipped them, and then the other publisher gets to publish it, I guess. Interesting, but it's confusing for us as a reader, obviously. At least for this jamoke. JT Kent sent us some feedback, and he says, "Hi, Kyle and Drew." Well, just Drew. He didn't know. Still loving your podcast every week. Can you please have a discussion about judging the potential value of second printings and beyond? Hey, let's save this for when Kyle shows up. Sounds like a fun question, and we'll save that so that there's actually two of us that can talk about this a little bit. So we thank you for that. And what's your name again? JT Kent. JT Kent, first time writer, I think. I don't remember getting anything from you before, so that's really cool. We appreciate that very much. We do have a top 10 from Comicron. Love to kind of touch base on some of these numbers for you. First, overall, we've got September of this year versus the previous month of August, and it's kind of flat as far as comics are concerned, about the same. Graphic novels down quite a bit, about 15%. This September over last September, comics down about 3 to 5%, with trades down 13% again over last year. Year to date, we are still down as an industry nearly 10% in comics in dollars and 6% in units. And trades are down about 12% year to date. So it's not insurmountable, but I don't know what's left besides to kind of close that gap. It's gonna be tough. We have market shares. Marvel took 38% of the dollars and the units, which is interesting. There's not a big gap between the two. DC got 30% of the dollars with nearly 37% of the units, so very close. Just a percentage point or so dividing the two in number of comics sold. Image took 10% of dollars and 9% of units, then followed by IDW, Dark Horse, Boom, Dynamite, Viz, Titan, Oni, and everybody else took the last 5%. Our top selling comic for the month is Marvel Legacy #1. It's a $6 comic. Crushed it. It's on the top at Marvel. So I'm thinking this exceeded 200,000. That'd be my guess. So we'll see. Last month, Dark Knight's Metal #1 was over 250,000. So I'm thinking Legacy would have that big number as well, and it was deeply discounted as we heard from Cowabunga. Also, we have a little bit of staying power for Dark Knight's Metal. The second issue is coming in at rank 2, right behind Marvel Legacy. We don't know how far behind. We have Venomverse #1 coming in at 3rd place, followed by Batman 30 and 31 in 4th and 5th. We have Harley Quinn 25th anniversary special at number 1 at rank 6, and then Walking Dead number 171 comes in 7th place. I'm curious about that. We have Batman the Red Death #1 at rank 8, Batman the Murder Machine at rank 9, and we finish off with Action Comics 987, the lenticular edition. It's in the top 10. So the last time Action was in the top 10, I don't know when. So that's really interesting. Walking Dead 171. I'm curious of how big of a spike that is, or if it just continued to do its 78,000 copies, 75, 80,000 copies, and that's where it ranks. And everything else kind of fell around it. I don't know. Or it had a huge spike and is actually above 100,000 or something. I'm not sure. And we know Batman is right around 100,000. So at 4 and 5, is 30 and 31 above or below 100,000? I'm going to say 30 is above and 31 is below. I'm going to go 101 for 30 and 99 for 31. See how I did. And that does put Walking Dead below in its standard place of the 80s. We have in the graphic novel list, our top 10 is topped by a Walking Dead as well. Volume 28 came out and topped the list as per usual, followed by the Dark Knight 3 Master Race hardcover, Star Wars Darth Maul, East of West Volume 7, DC Superhero Girls Volume 4, Sex Criminals Volume 4, All-Star Batman Volume 1, and Royal City, Volume 1. And then rounding out Harley Quinn Volume 3 and Wolverine Old Man Logan is the 10th. Nice to see Royal City get a spot there. I'm not sure how well that sold, but it's nice to see some to make a presence on the chart. That's really cool. Marvel did its damage with 88 comics shipped, which is kind of the lowest it's shipped in a while, I think. It's usually in the 90s or over 100, so that's good. DC shipped 77 comics. Image shipped almost 60 with 58. So those were the big numbers shipping into comic shops and making quite a dent. So those are the numbers we got. Well, the rankings anyway. We'll see those numbers next week and see how they line up, and see what's a little further down the list as well, and see if that gives us any information on what exactly is selling. So pretty cool stuff. Well, let's see. From the week coming up, we have Wednesday, October 11th, and we've got some new releases. And so for our sneak peek, we want to start in Dark Horse, see if there's anything there that jumps out at us. As I look down through there, I'm not seeing anything. I usually don't. Not a lot of stuff bouncing off of Dark Horse for me. I do still read Harrow County. I am a couple of issues behind. So this is issue 26, and I'm probably 2 or 3 issues behind. I'll binge that right before Halloween because it's nice and spooky, and a fun read. So as we shoot down to DC, we've got Action Comics 989, which is trucking right along to 1,000, issue 1,000. We're only 11 issues away, 4 or 5 months maybe. That's going to be pretty exciting when we get there. There is a lenticular edition of this 989, and the last one was popular, so maybe this one will be as well. Let's see what else we've got here. Second issue of Dark Knight's Metal goes into a second printing, and then we have the third issue of Dark Knight's Metal coming out. So I'm excited about that. It's weird, it's crazy, a lot of fun stuff. I'm not going to say it's great, but it's good. It's good. I really enjoyed the last issue of Detective Comics. So it was 965. A Lonely Place of Dying, a Lonely Place of Living, Part 1 started, and was tons of fun. And it was the best James Tynion I've read in a long time, so I was really excited about it. So I'm looking forward to this issue, which is Part 2 of that. A little more Tim Drake, and him and Mr. Oz, and yeah, that kickoff to this story arc was really fun. And I'm looking forward to more of it. Let's see. We've got the first issue of Gotham City Garage, which is collecting the digital first issues. This is inspired by a DC collectible statue line. So that's interesting. I've read some of the digitals already, and it's okay. Nothing great, as you would imagine something inspired by statues would be. We got the third issue of Mr. Miracle, which I've really been enjoying. I enjoyed those first two, so look for that. The first issue of Ragman. This is written by Ray Fox with art by Inaki Miranda and a cover by Gilliam March. After a failed mission to raid a tomb in the Israeli desert, war veteran Rory Harper is plagued by the death of his partners. As Rory battles his guilt back in Gotham City, he discovers that what was in that tomb has followed him home. It's about to change his life. But as Rory begins his journey, an evil is invading Gotham City, and it wants what he's discovered. A hero is born in this visionary reimagining of the Ragman mythos by writer Ray Fox and artist Inaki Miranda. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know a lot about Ragman. He was on one of the shows that's on CW. I can't remember which one it was. Was it Arrow? I think it was Arrow. And was kind of fun, but I don't know much about him besides that. I think I may have read a Ragman comic a long time ago. I don't know. It doesn't really pop for me. Yes, I'm still reading Scooby Apocalypse. It's good, not great. It's not the train wreck it was at one point, I don't think, or I'm just getting used to it. Not sure exactly. We've got let's see. A new Wildstorm issue comes out, and this is Michael Cray #1. So, if you've been enjoying Wildstorm, which I've been loving that, it's been great. This is a new #1, kind of rotating out, which was the plan all along. If you read that first issue and kind of what the vision was for Warren Ellis's Wildstorm line. And this one's going to be written by Brian Hill, though, who we like from Postal. And I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but that's the one that kind of sticks out of something recent that he's doing that I really like. And Michael Cray is the assassin, if you recall, from Wildstorm, who's kind of getting spun off into his own series. And so it should be some good crossover stuff, and then a little more deep dive into this character. I'm definitely going to check this out. I don't know if I'll be enjoying it as much as I like Wildstorm, but I'm definitely going to give it a shot and see if it's something that works for me. Let's see. That's about it in DC. Let's take a look at IDW. As usual, it's a challenge. Oh, there's Time and Vine. The 4th issue of Time and Vine by Tom Zoller, with art by Tom Zoller. And this has been fantastic. It does come out every other month. So semi-monthly? It's not bi-monthly. Is that bi-monthly? Bi-weekly would be every other week. So let's go with that. Yeah, bi-monthly is every other month. And it's a $5 book, so it's $4.99. But it's nice and thick, and it's worth it. It's worth that extra $1 or so, I think. And Tom Zoller does some great stuff, and this has been fun. So, that's definitely something to check out there. I'm also excited about another IDW book, so that's 2 this week, which is a surprise. And this is Wormwood Goes to Washington #1. Written by Ben Templesmith, with art by Ben Templesmith. And so I'm super excited about that. I don't know the original Wormwood property that I'm assuming is also Templesmith, but I'm willing to check this out, and I'm hoping it's accessible enough that I can figure it out. Wormwood has been gone for some time, too long if you ask his old friends. They're determined to track him down no matter what dimensions he's buggered off to. You see, a special agent from the U.S. government has asked for Wormwood's help, and things are about to get political. So, $3.99 book, and Templesmith's got a really cool art style, so that's something that's definitely worth checking out. So they double the normal amount of IDW books today, so that's pretty sweet. As we slide down into Image, we have a Tomahawk Zero, and this is another Donny Cates book with art by Ian Betterman. Don't have a lot of luck with Zero issues. I've not done that well with them. This is Behold Puny Earth Things, a deluxe, oversized collection of the story originally serialized in Heavy Metal magazine. This is the complete adventure of the Cyberzerker and his mighty Tomahawk, Join them on their quest to free their imprisoned god and find out why Grant Morrison calls it a screaming black hole feedback squall of death metal Kirby cosmic energy spinning straight towards your prefrontal cortex. So that's quite the claim right there. But yeah, if you've already read it in heavy metal, might want to pass, or you might have loved it and want it. If you've missed it and you're really liking Donny Cates, it might be something to check out. I'm probably leaning towards flipping through it. I'm not sure that I need this one, but I want to definitely check it out. I'm excited about the Walking Dead tribute covers that continue to pour out. We've got one from Birthright 27, which is really pretty. And I'm also excited about the Black Science 32. It's the wraparound cover from issue 100, I believe. So that's a fun one. And no, not 100. Probably 115 was the tribute. Was the wraparound maybe? I need Kyle here for this one. And they're also doing a black and white version of that Black Science wrap. So that'll be fun. So pick those up if you can. If you're as psyched about them as I am, anyway. I think they're really cool. We have the 5th issue of Eternal Empire. This thing continues to get better, and this issue ends the story arc. So they've been wandering around. They got where they needed to go. They got captured. Let's find out what happens to propel us into the next story arc. I think that'll be fun. We've got a new Justin Jordan offering. This is the Family Trade #1, written by Justin Jordan and Nikki Ryan, with an art and cover by Morgan Beam. This is the Family Part 1, introducing an all-new ongoing series from the creator of Luther Strode, Spread, and Dead Body Road. Steampunk, alchemy, and adventure meet the ocean on an island city in a world where history didn't quite turn out like ours. A hidden family of spies, thieves, and assassins make sure that the world keeps going, or they did until Jessa Wynn, their youngest member, manages to start a civil war. Sounds pretty good. Justin Jordan does some fun stuff. I dropped off of Spread, but I'm going to check this out and give it another chance for sure. We've got God Complex #1 as well. This is written by Paul Jenkins and Brian Lee, or Lee, it's Lie. Art by Hendry Preseda, and a cover by Eduardo Therianto. Paul Jenkins has some messed up stories sometimes. They're pretty wild and out there. And this one promises to kind of be the same. In the futuristic city of Delphi, a young digital forensics investigator named Seneca finds himself embroiled in the bizarre murders of 3 church acolytes, guided by his cryptic mentor, the ruler named Hermes. Seneca uncovers a stunning conspiracy and a mystery that will turn his entire world upside down. From writer Paul Jenkins and artist, who I butchered his name, Hendry Preseda, comes a unique vision of digital future powered by mythological gods. Also sounds interesting, and I do love to sample first issues, so I'll check this out, especially from Image. I'm kind of crazy like that. I like it a lot. The 3rd issue of Redlands, the Jordi Belair penned comic, is out. Excited about that. And then we've got 2 pretty cool Royal City covers. I'm triple dipping on this week's. No, quadruple. I'm getting the standard cover, Royal City 6, because Kyle says go cover A. I'm getting the 90s album cover homage. Not as cool as the Weezer. It's a Sonic Youth homage. And then there's a Walking Dead tribute cover and a black and white version of the Walking Dead cover. So I'm getting all of those. That's really ridiculous, I know, but I don't care. I love them so. Wicked and Divine 32 has a Walking Dead cover. That's the tribute to 150, and issue 150, and it looks pretty sweet. And then we have a Youngblood number 6, which I'm getting, which is a tribute to Walking Dead number 1, the most kind of tributed cover I think of all time. And there's a black and white version of that. So I'm getting a couple of Youngbloods, which is kind of my first Youngbloods I think for a long time. That's it for Image, but quite a bit of stuff coming my way from Image, and I'm excited about a lot of those tribute covers. As we move on to Marvel, hold on. You can listen to me drink water. How exciting for you. We got the 25th issue of All New Wolverine. Of course, Tom Taylor's writing this wonderfully, with art by Juan Cabal and a Terry Dotson cover. This is Orphans of X Part 1, so new storyline. Daken, the enigmatic son of Logan, has been kidnapped, and it's up to the all-new Wolverine to find him. But when the trail leads Laura, a genetic clone of the original Wolverine, back to the facility where she was created and tortured, she will find new horrors waiting for her. Who are the Orphans of X, and what do they have in store for the children of Logan? Plus, includes 3 bonus Marvel primer pages, which you gotta love. The story by Robbie Thompson. So Robbie Thompson must be the primer page guy, because like every primer page I've read so far has been Robbie Thompson doing that. So it's like, here, you just handle these for everybody. Thank you. Let's see what else is coming out from Marvel. Daredevil 27, which I can just come back and can't seem to get away from. Occasionally check those out again. Defenders 6, which is the start of a new storyline. Kingpins of New York, number 1. We've got a renumbered Deadpool, Despicable Deadpool, legacy numbered at 287. Not sure how they got the math, but that's where they're at. Falcon number 1 that's legacy number. I guess they forgot about a few of the miniseries of old. Didn't count those. We have third and second printings of the Generations Hulks, Generation Captain Marvel, Generation Ms. Marvels. Still continue to be on. People really enjoyed those, and they were underordered. What else we've got down here as we slip down through? We got another Inhumans Once and Future Kings, the third of 5, which has been fun so far. Fun couple of issues. And I've yet to watch the ABC series that launched. I have it on my DVR, but I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. And let's see what else we have here. Second issue of Runaways. That first issue was kind of weird. I wasn't really 100% on what was going on there, but it was okay. We've got, let's see, the 25th issue of Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, with the big showdown between Squirrel Girl and Ultron. So that should be fun. And I didn't think it was. I thought it was the 25th anniversary of Squirrel Girl that I was excited that it was a nice story. So this is now the 25th issue. Okay, that makes sense. I get it now. Let's see what else we have here. Another Vision Director's Cut, the 5th issue of 6. So it's almost done. This is collecting 2 issues per. So you really get that Vision story in its glory. And let's see what else we have here. That's about it for Marvel. So let's slide into the back half. And we've got the 4th and final issue of After Eden, which was started kind of strong, but I think it's kind of lost its way. It's not as good. But I'm probably going to check out that last one just to see what happened, where it goes. We've got Alters number 7, which feels like it's been long overdue. It's a Paul Jenkins book, but I guess not. I guess it hasn't been that long since one's come out. Maybe I've missed one because it doesn't look to be delayed. We have the second trade of Animosity, if you're still reading that. It's exciting. And we have an Archie Halloween Spectacular. That's the number one, and it's I've been enjoying the series still. I continue to, even though they're not being very nice to Betty right now, but it's been really good. What else we got here? The first issue of Dan Dare. This is a Titan Comics release, written by Peter Milligan, with art by Alberto Fouche, and the cover by Christian Ward. The classic British hero returns for a brand new adventure, written by Peter Milligan with art by Alberto Fouche, featuring cover by superstar artist Christian Ward, ODYC, and Black Bolt, who does ODYC and Black Bolt. For the first time in human history, the Sol system is at peace. Poverty and famine have been eradicated, and humanity stands on the cusp of utopia. The Mekon, mankind's deadliest enemy, have been vanquished and languishes in a maximum security prison deep inside the moon, and Dan Dare, pilot of the future, is bored out of his mind and praying for something to break the monotony of peace. Might be neat. I'm going to check that out. We got the first Danger Doll Squad, which combines... this has already been out, I think, and now they're just kind of re-releasing covers, maybe? I don't know, because I already read this one. It was good. It's good. Pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. We got Fighting American #1. Also from Titan Comics, written by Gordon Rennie and art by Duke Mighton, with a cover by Terry Dodson. This is a continuation of a Kirby classic series, which usually is hit or miss for me. Not always something that really works. 8th issue of Grass Kings, if you've been reading that. I did fall off of that, so I don't know what's going on there. 6th issue of Greatest Adventure. That's kind of an interesting story that I've also dropped off of that I wouldn't mind checking out and seeing how it is going if people are enjoying that. We get the first issue of Hatchet from American Mythology, written by James Kihoric, with art by Andrew Magnum and a cover by Rich Bonk. And this is it's a 1983 horror franchise-inspired book. And there was Hatchet Zero not too long ago, so it's based on that horror series. So check that out if you're into that stuff. It's the right month for it, right? The 4th issue of Jimmy's Bastards, written by the great Garth Ennis, with art by Russell Braun and Andy Clark. Chaos descends on London as the mysterious gender fluid is suddenly revealed to the world, putting everyone except Jimmy and Nancy, oddly enough, through some rather extreme changes. This has been fun, and what's not to love about Garth Ennis? So he's the man. And don't forget, he'll be at Cowabunga at the end of the month, the 28th, I believe. So if you're in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin area, pop in, say hi, get a book signed or two, get a special Cowabunga branded variant cover. Limited to a very limited number. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was a small number. So I'll be getting one and be excited about it. We've got 3rd issue of Mech Cadet U. Continues to be a critical darling. People are in love with that book. I think it's okay. Slam Next Jam. That new issue, written by Pamela Ribon, with art by Marina Julia, and a cover by Veronica Fish. And this is great book. This is the 2nd volume. They renumbered. It's a lot of fun. I recommend it. I recommend that first volume first, though. Read that. It's really good too. Let's see what else we have here. Volcanosaurus is from American mythology. Volcanosaurus number 1, more terrifying than a hurricane of flying sharks. Well, I think you know what they're going for with that. Written by S.A. Check, art by Scotty Watson, and a cover by Rich Bonk. If you like that sort of thing, check it out. Wrapped up is, I think, it's a Lion Forge. Looks kind of like an all ages. And but written by Dave Scheidt with art by Scoot McMahon and Sean Dove, and cover by Art Balthazar. And it's a little young skewing there. That is all I'm seeing, and as I glance through some of these things, nothing in the back half is jumping out as a slam dunk to me. And so I'm going to pass on everything in the back half. I'm probably not going to get anything. I'm probably not going to focus on anything Marvel. There are kind of too many of the Walking Dead tribute albums. Well, tribute variants to choose between. So I'm going to have to go with either Family Trade or God Complex, and so I don't have to choose. I'm going to go with both of them. So Family Trade is the Justin Jordan, and God Complex is the Paul Jenkins. If you can only buy one, or lean towards, go ahead and lean towards Family Trade. I think a little bit over that one, and then. Wormwood is tempting, but it's an IDW book, and that last Temple Smith book didn't quite take off like I would have hoped. I don't think Ragman's gonna be super hot. I don't think Gotham City Garage is gonna do much. There might be something going on in one of these metal books or tie-ins, but won't really know right away. It's possible the lenticulars are not going to heat up, so that action could be hot. But I think just stay in the Image lane, grab those number ones, and go. That might be your best bet this week. I appreciate you sticking with me through a solo cast, and hopefully we'll have Kyle back next week. We'll find out what's wrong, and he can apologize to you, listener, and me, his brother, profusely. We'll see. Don't hold your breath. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit, and we'll talk to you next time.